Hey everyone, welcome back to the English Podcast, your favorite place for simple English conversations and easy listening practice. I'm David.
And I'm Emma. We are so happy you are here with us today. If you want to learn real, everyday English without boring grammar rules, you are in the right place.
Exactly. Today, Emma, we have a very deep topic, a topic that makes many people feel a bit nervous, but also very excited.
Oh, let me guess. Is it about changing our lives?
Yes, exactly. We are talking about switching careers, especially when you're 30, 40, or even older. Is it too late to change?
Wow, that is a big question. Many people think I'm 35, I must stay in this job forever. But that is not true.
Not true at all. Today, we want to talk about how you can change careers, how to feel confident, and we'll learn some great new words together.
Yes, but before we start, a small favor. If you love our podcast, please click the like button and subscribe. It helps our small English channel grow.
Yes, please subscribe. Okay, Emma, let's start with a big word. The word is pivot. P-I-V-O-T. Emma, what does it mean to pivot?
In simple words, to pivot means to turn or to change direction quickly. Imagine you are walking down a road and you suddenly turn left because you see a better path. In a career, to pivot means you change your job direction completely. For example, changing from a school teacher to a computer programmer.
That is a beautiful explanation. You change direction. But Emma, changing direction at 30 or 40 feels scary. People feel they are losing everything they did before.
I know that feeling so well, David. When I was 30, I was working in a bank. I had a stable job, but I was not happy. I wanted to teach English and make podcasts. I felt so old to start again. I thought, I'm going to lose all my years of experience.
Really? You felt that way? But you didn't lose your experience, right?
Exactly, because of something called transferable skills. This is our second target word. Transferable skills are the abilities you learn in one job that you can take with you to a completely different job.
Ah, like a suitcase. You pack your skills from your old job and carry them into your new job.
Yes, I love that, like a suitcase. For example, at the bank, I learned how to talk to angry customers, how to organize my time, and how to speak clearly. When I became a teacher, I took those same skills with me. Talking to a student is a lot like talking to a customer.
That makes so much sense. So, listeners, if you change your job, you do not start from zero. You have your suitcase of transferable skills.
Yes, but David, what about the money and the position? When you switch careers, sometimes you have to start at an entry-level position.
Yes, entry level. That means the lowest level in a company, the starting point for beginners. It usually means less money and less power. That's hard for someone who is 40 years old.
It is very hard for the ego. You go from being a manager to the person who asks simple questions, but it's just a temporary step to learn the new industry.
You know, Emma, I read a story about a man who was 42. He was a chef in a restaurant for 20 years. He was tired and his legs hurt every day. He wanted to work in technology, doing digital marketing.
Wow, from a kitchen to a computer? That's a huge pivot. How did he do it?
He used his domain knowledge. That's our next big word. Domain knowledge means the special information or deep understanding you have about a specific area or industry.
Oh, so because he was a chef for 20 years, he had deep domain knowledge about food, restaurants, and what restaurant owners need.
Exactly. He didn't try to do marketing for big car companies. He started doing marketing only for restaurants. He went to restaurant owners and said, I know your problems. I know how a kitchen works. Let me help you get more customers online.
Wow, that is brilliant. He didn't throw away his past. He combined his old domain knowledge with his new skills.
Yes, he completely managed to reinvent himself. To reinvent yourself means to change your life or your job so much that you feel like a completely new person.
To reinvent yourself. That sounds beautiful. It means it's never too late to write a new story for your life.
Never too late. But Emma, let's talk about confidence. When people start an entry-level job at 35 or 40, they often feel nervous. They stand with their shoulders down, they speak quietly. How can they feel more confident?
Oh, I love this topic. Confidence is not something you are born with. It's about small habits. For example, body language. If you feel nervous, try to stand straight. Pull your shoulders back. It changes how your brain feels.
It's true. If I smile and stand straight, even when I'm scared, my brain thinks, oh, maybe we are safe and happy.
Yes, and speak clearly and slowly. When we are nervous, we talk very fast, like a fast train. If you slow down, you sound powerful and you believe in yourself more.
So believe in yourself, stand straight, use your transferable skills, and don't be afraid to reinvent your life.
Exactly. It's a journey, not a race. But you know, David, even when you stand straight, that first day at a new job is so scary. I remember my first day teaching. My hands were literally shaking.
Really? Emma's hands were shaking? You always look so calm.
Oh, trust me, I was a mess inside. I stood in front of the classroom and I thought, everyone knows I'm new. Everyone knows I don't belong here. That's the imposter syndrome, right?
Yes, that feeling that you're a fake. But that's why transferable skills are so cool. You might not know the exact software or the exact rules of the new job yet, but you know how to be a professional. You know how to arrive on time, how to listen, and how to learn.
That is so true. And also, younger people in the company might know the technology faster, but older people have life experience. We know how to handle stress better. We don't cry if a project goes wrong because we've seen worse things in life.
Yes, that is a major benefit of being 30 or 40. You have emotional balance. You are not a panicked 22-year-old anymore.
Exactly. So if you're listening right now and you want to pivot your career, don't look at the young workers and feel bad. Look at your own life experience as a superpower.
That's right. But let's talk about the practical side, Emma. If someone wants to reinvent themselves today, right now, what is the first step? They cannot just quit their job tomorrow. They have bills to pay. Maybe they have a family.
Right. Quitting immediately is dangerous. I always recommend the bridge method. You keep your day job, but you spend 1 hour every evening learning the new industry. You build your domain knowledge slowly, like building a bridge while you are still standing on the old land.
A bridge. I like that. So you study on weekends, you take online courses, or you talk to people who already do that job.
Yes, you ask them, what is the hardest part of your job? What skills do I need? That way, when you finally apply for an entry-level position, you're not completely blind. You know the language of the new industry.
That is incredibly smart. It reduces the risk and it also builds your confidence because you're taking action. Action cures fear.
It really does. When you sit and just think, you get more and more scared. But when you open a book or watch a video to learn a new skill, the fear goes away a little bit.
You know, Emma, another big problem is friends and family. Sometimes when you say, I want to change my career, your family says, are you crazy? You have a good job. Why do you want to start over at the bottom?
Oh, yes. My parents said exactly that to me. They were so worried. They thought I was throwing my life away. It hurts when the people you love don't support your vision.
How did you handle that? Because that emotional weight can stop many people from making a change.
I had to realize that their fear was not about me. It was their fear. They love me, so they want me to be safe. Safe means doing the same thing forever. But I had to tell them gently, I love you and I hear you, but staying in a job that makes me unhappy is more dangerous for my heart than trying something new.
Wow, that's beautiful. Dangerous for my heart.
It is. Life is too short to spend 40 hours a week doing something you hate just because it's safe.
I completely agree. So to our listeners, if your friends or family are not supporting your choice to pivot, remember they are just scared for you. Keep moving forward quietly. You don't need everyone to agree with your dream.
Yes, just show them the results later. They'll understand when they see you smiling and happy in your new life.
That's so true. Now, Emma, let's talk about how to present ourselves. When you write a resume or CV for a completely new industry, how do you highlight those transferable skills? Because if a manager looks at a chef's resume, they see cooked food. How do they see digital marketer?
Oh, this is where you have to change the words you use. Instead of writing, I cooked food for 100 people, you write, I managed time under high pressure and organized a team to deliver high-quality products quickly. See? Same job, but different words.
Oh, wow, that's a great trick. You translate your old job into the language of your new job.
Exactly. You focus on the actions like managing, organizing, creating, and communicating. Those are things every single business needs.
Every business needs good communicators and organized people, so your past is never useless. It's all about how you tell your story.
Yes, you are the author of your career story. If you want to reinvent yourself, you just have to start writing a new chapter.
That sounds wonderful. Let's talk about the timeline. Many people think if I don't change my career in 3 months, I've failed. But reality is different, isn't it?
Oh, yes, a real career pivot can take 1 year, 2 years, or even more, and that is okay. Every small step counts. If you learn one new thing today, you are closer than you were yesterday.
It's like going to the gym. You don't get strong in 1 week. You get strong by lifting small weights every single day.
Exactly. And remember to celebrate the small wins. If you finish a simple online course, celebrate. If you update your resume with your transferable skills, celebrate. Don't wait until you get the final big job to feel happy.
That is a very healthy way to look at it. Enjoy the process of learning. It keeps your brain young.
Yes, learning keeps us alive and excited. When we stop learning, our world becomes very small.
So true. I think many people stay in bad jobs because they're comfortable, even if they're unhappy. Comfort can be a trap.
A golden trap, David. The salary is good, the office is nice, but inside you feel empty. Breaking that golden trap requires a lot of courage.
But as we said earlier, you can build that courage through small habits. Change your posture, speak clearly, believe in yourself, and take small actions every day.
Yes, absolutely. And don't be afraid of the word entry level. It is not a step backward, it is a step onto a completely new ladder that goes much higher.
I like that picture. A new ladder that goes higher. Sometimes you have to step down from an old broken ladder to get onto a fresh, strong one.
Exactly. And who cares if you are 35 or 45 on that new ladder? The time will pass anyway. In 5 years, you'll be 40 or 50 years old no matter what. The only question is, do you want to be a 40-year-old who changed their life or a 40-year-old who is still complaining about the same old job?
Wow, Emma, that is a very powerful question. The time will pass anyway. That is a deep realization.
It is the truth. We cannot stop time. We can only choose how we spend it.
So let's use our time to grow, to learn, and to be brave. If you are listening to this right now, think about your own suitcase of skills. What are you good at? What do you love?
Yes, think about your domain knowledge and how you can use it in a new way. There is always a connection if you look closely enough.
That is so true, Emma. You just have to find that connection. For example, I have a friend who was a high school history teacher for 10 years. He knew everything about dates, old books, and explaining hard topics to teenagers.
A history teacher? Wow, that is a very specific job. How did he use his domain knowledge to pivot into a new industry?
Well, he loved video games, but he didn't know how to code or make art. So he looked at his suitcase of skills. He realized he was excellent at researching historical facts and creating interesting stories for his students.
Ah, don't tell me, did he become a story writer for video games?
Yes, he looked for gaming companies that make historical games. He went to them and said, look, I know exactly how people lived in the 1800s, and I know how to make that information exciting for young people. He started at an entry-level position as a historical consultant, and now he rates full game stories.
That is amazing. See, he didn't waste his 10 years of teaching history. He just took that deep domain knowledge and put it into a completely new box.
Exactly. He managed to completely reinvent his life at 38, and his physical confidence changed too. Before, he always looked tired and walked with his head down. Now, when I see him, he stands so straight, his eyes are bright, and he talks with so much energy.
Because he's happy. When you do something you love, your body naturally shows it. You don't have to fake standing straight or speaking clearly. It just happens because you feel proud of your life.
Right. But for our listeners who are still feeling stuck, let's summarize the main ideas we talked about today so they can remember them easily.
Good idea. First, remember the word pivot. It is never too late to change your direction. Second, pack your suitcase of transferable skills. Your communication, organization, and problem solving go with you everywhere.
Third, use your domain knowledge. Find the special connection between your old industry and your new dream. And fourth, do not fear an entry-level job. It is just the first step on a better, higher ladder.
And most importantly, build your confidence with small, daily habits. Believe in yourself even when you feel nervous. The time will pass anyway, so spend it building a life you truly love.
Beautifully said, Emma. Well, everyone, that brings us to the end of today's episode of the English Podcast. Thank you so much for listening and practicing your English with us today.
Yes, thank you. You didn't just listen today. You invested time in your future. If you loved this conversation, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who needs a little courage to change their life.
We believe in you. Stand straight, keep learning, and be kind to yourself.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Take care.